All right, divorce. A marriage can be easily terminated simply because the couple agrees that it's no longer salvageable, nothing left to do with the relationship. Okay. Have you thought hard work and dedication can make a marriage work? If you just try other alternatives, you could get a divorce not to work better with no any marriage. So for everyone, when you make up your vows of marriage, you say it lasts forever. Does it really? But it all comes down to us and choose and make those right and correct decisions. At the age of 5, my parents actually recently divorced, so I have experience at firsthand and of my parents divorcing. They never, from what I can remember, they never looked for other alternatives to help better their marriage or anything. They just divorced because they were arguing too much. My father cheated too much, all this. I'm not saying there will always be all other alternatives to prevent divorce, but it could be avoidable. Counseling and many more marriage methods could benefit many couples that are married or engaged by showing them new requirements somehow, some way, every way any person or couple could benefit. Divorce is never pleasant, but it could be more tolerable for everyone involved. If you just take a couple steps, it can make it major improvements, or it just could deteriorate the relationship. But today I am going to talk to you guys about divorce, how to better improve it, and give you some ideas on it. Thrown in for divorce, but the effects can cause a lot of damage. In fact, divorce can make traumatic effects on families and children alone. So according to scientificamerican.com, in many given situations around the age of 6 to 10 years old is the worst age for divorce. They will feel always responsible for a divorce. Here's some examples, signs to look for after divorce, how it affects your children. They could have poor in academics, grades start to drop, harder time adapting to changes, suicide attempts. I have met someone that has tried. You could have destructive behavior. It could be increase in health problems, feeling guilty all the time, angry, emotionally sensitive, just lost interest in everything, feels lost. But there is a few steps to a healthy relationship. There is consistency in communication is the number one key to a relationship. For example, my parents divorced when I was 5 years old. Like I said previously, I felt excuse me, I felt a lot of it had to do with my brother and I for the divorce. But they never communicated well enough from what I can remember being so young. But further in the years, I am 23 years old. And now I feel like I am always still stuck in between my parents, even though I am an adult. I'm still stuck between them two, constantly battling, even though they don't talk anymore. But you shouldn't put your kids through that. Like, you shouldn't have to put them between your guys' battles or anything like that. But I'm hoping down the road communication will get better. I just hope. But I'm sure you guys are wondering, when are we going to see a successful marriage nowadays? But now I am going to explain to you all how to keep a marriage for years. With communication, there are many steps, but I am going to give you 3 examples. Number one is commit to your relationship. You want to decide ahead of time that divorce is no option. If you make the commitment, it'll keep you focused on making the marriage stronger than think of out of divorce. Say if you had a big argument and one person is thinking of divorce already, that could really put some damage on your marriage. Number two is always the number one key: communication. In the age of technology expanding, which is normal, you will get days without talking to your spouse. Communication is always the number one key in a relationship. Be open about everything, even your feelings. Never go to bed angry. My parents always told me that. It's always crucial that you always listen to your partner and their thoughts. Hear them out. The very last one is you always want to give each other space. One of the hardest things to balance in a marriage or even just in a relationship is giving time away or together or anything. A lot of couples forget that number one key: when your partner needs space, offer to help them out with something, something around the house, anything, or just pick up everything they've been doing lately. And offer a friend's night out. Offer something to help them relieve what they're feeling. The quality time together while also allowing each other. The more time you guys give space away from each other actually makes your guys' relationship stronger. This will have given you some basic examples on how to keep a good marriage for years. Excuse me. Now that we have reviewed the main three keys and how it affects children on divorce, I hope the big amount of you couples think twice before divorce, how it affects everyone around you. Even though the relationship may start off as a fairy tale because it goes through the honeymoon phase, it'll get rough down the road. I'm not gonna lie. But in the end, it always make sure you're communicating and you think before you say anything, and think of your kids. If you ever decide to go through this, and do you really want to put your kids through this? All right, thank you.